Here we go and welcome to the Idea of Technology. My name is Michael and today we're just talking about the most successful crowdfunded earbuds on the planet. And this is just the PAMU Slide I've just here in my hands, and they just super exciting and have some really interesting and special features, and they just collected millions of dollars, which is just super insane. A lot of NBA players also just behind their back and also just supporting this brand and this complete campaign. They also now just have ANC earbuds, the PAMU Quiet, but today we're just talking about the PAMU Slide. I've just here for a couple of months now, and I think it's now just finally the day to make a review about it, so we just start right after the intro. And the first thing you will just notice is that it's just not one PAMU Slide, but two. So they are just coming in two different sizes and flavors, you can say. So that means you can just decide if you want to go for the PAMU Slide Mini, which has nothing to do with sliding anymore, to be honest, but super small footprint on this side. So it's barely possible to get these any smaller anymore because the earbuds are just pretty big. We're just talking about in a minute. On the other side, this is just the typical case for the PAMU Slide, and there you just know why the name is here. I also made a first review about the PAMU Scroll, which was just for scrolling and rolling it together. You can watch the video up here. It's just one of my oldest videos on this channel, so yeah, 2 years ago, really long time. But first, let's just start with the classic PAMU Slide here and just talk about the PAMU Slide Mini in a second, but it will just rest there on the table. What you probably notice when you just take a look at the PAMU Slide case, you will just notice, okay, this is just super big compared to, for example, my Funkel W1, one of the smallest I ever had, super tiny in comparison. But there's just one really special feature, not only the battery life, but also what you can do with it, because probably one of my viewers watching this video will just be reminded about my video about these Uni earbuds, which have somehow nearly the same footprint, you can say so. Pretty similar, so they are just same but different, but still the same, because of one single reason. The Uni earbuds also just serve the second life as a power bank, and also do the PAMU Slide here. That means you can just use the really big battery that's inside here. It's just 2000 milliamp hour batteries, nothing compared to the super size 3500 milliamp hour battery from the Uni earbuds I've just showed you a couple seconds ago. But with this 2000 milliamp hour battery power bank inside of it here, you can just do a couple of things. First thing, obviously, you can just charge your earbuds here a couple of times through the complete workday if you want to, and you want to listen to them every single day, for example. But the second part is just super cool, and that is the thing that I just mentioned with the same but different, but still the same, because you can also just use this power to charge your smartphone, for example, but not with a cable. You just turn this around and use reverse charging. That means you can just press this button here on the top 2 times, and then, as you can see, I've just now a wireless charging pad, as you can see, so integrated into the case of the PAMU Slide, which is just super insane. You can get the case with and without wireless charging. Without wireless charging, I think it's $20 cheaper, but I think the feature is just super cool. I just need to keep in mind that you need to enable and disable the wireless charging functionality with this button here on the side. And as you also can see on the side here, we have just not micro USB charging, but USB Type-C, which is just still really important and not this typical for just some Chinese located brand like PetMate, but it's just super cool. You can just really fast charge with the USB Type-C port. You cannot use wireless charging. That means it's not able to reverse charge into the battery, like having a charging pad like this, putting it on like this, and you have the ability to charge it like you would just do with the Uni earbuds, but you can just only use it like a charging pad for your smartphone. But with the Type-C port, you can just use fast charge. That means a couple of minutes charging just gives 1 hour of listening time, which is just pretty great. A little downside is that it's not even supporting 5 watts, so you're just sticking around about 3.5 watts, which is not a lot, so that means you just need your time to fully charge it up. And even though I like the case and everything, and also the LEDs here on the top, that's just indicating how high is the capacity. If I can just show it to you, come on, just here. And which is just pretty cool with the LEDs here on top, which just indicates how high is the battery capacity inside of it here. Nevertheless, as you can see, the sliding mechanism is just it feels just super cool, to be honest, and really smooth, but it will probably wear out over time. The spring inside will wear out over time, and also, as you can see, it's just a little bit fragile because of the sliding mechanism. Yeah, as you can probably just imagine, it's not this super simple mechanism here. I would rather go for some typical lid you can just open up and close, and we'll probably have a better time with something like this and not with a super complex slider. But when you're only using the integrated battery to charge the earbuds, you get roughly about 60 hours, which is just totally fine, and also an IP6 waterproof rating, which is also pretty okay and nothing special on this side. And you get the really good Qualcomm chips inside of it here. That means you get aptX and also Bluetooth 5 with a really good standard. So I have absolutely no problem with connectivity on the one side, and also the sound quality is just really good. Feels kind of lossless, and I have no problem at all. The drivers inside of the earbuds are also just really amazing. I'll just talk about in a minute. But first, just talk about the earbuds themselves. So these are just, as you can see, pretty huge earbuds. I'm really impressed with. They have the silicone all around here to have the really secure fit inside of it, and they also just are relatively heavy. Have really big battery, super big drivers as well, and also 2 microphones on the outside to capture really everything, and which is really good when you're just using these just for calls. You probably have a really good time. I have no problem at all, and also my colleagues on the other side talking with me had never any issues. So I really like the design of it and also the fitting. So they just fit somehow not super tight and just with a lot of pressure in your ear. They have a pretty similar feeling like the Apple AirPods Pro. So they are really just making a seal, but not with too much pressure, and just more likely hanging in your ears and just having somehow really, really comfortable fit. But Michael, how good is the sound quality? Well, it's not bad, absolutely not. So as I just mentioned before, it's not a super tight seal. That means the bass is not completely bumping to your body or something like this. The mids are really, really good, and I like when they just trying to replicate the sound of voice, which is just really good. A little downside, or just maybe a big downside for all the people just listening to really crisp and good highs, PAMU or PetMate just absolutely overdoes the highs in these earbuds. I don't know why. They just always just sounding just way too sharp and not this super clean anymore, and not in this environment where you just think, okay, this is now a balanced setup. So it's a little bit mixed there. That means overall, sound quality wise, you not get ANC like the PAMU Quai you can just get, which are just still pretty expensive but reasonable price for ANC earbuds. But the PAMU Slides are really affordable now. I can really recommend them. On the other side, the sound quality should just improve. I don't know what happened there with the equalizer. The highs are not that good, to be honest. The mids and the lows are really, really interesting to listen to, and I really like the sound stage on the complete setup when you just take a listen to it. But on the other side, I can recommend them. So if you really want to, the PAMU Slides are now just on sale for $70 for the reverse charging case I have here, and $50 for this big case for the classic PAMU Slide, which is just really affordable price, to be honest. And I would just really try them out and just go for it. There are so many people out there now just using PAMU Slide and all the PetMate products, so I think they just not doing anything wrong there. And if you don't need the really big case, you can probably also just go for the PAMU Slide Mini. Have a really small case. This is just coming with 400 milliamp hours, so way smaller. The PAMU Classic is 5 times this big, and then you will probably also have a good time. And one of the tiniest cases and tiniest earbuds you can probably get on the market right now. It barely gets any smaller than this. So as always, if you disliked this video, you know what to do. But if you liked it, hit like down there, get subscribed, and enable the notifications with the bell icon so you won't miss any future video of the idea of technology. And I just want to say thank you very much for watching. Have a great day. Bye.